Hey guys, so today we're going to look at some situations, what Messi does, especially what I call like the inside cut, where he like kind of goes down the line, and it's basically how the defender reacts and how Messi responds to that. So in this instance, you'll see Messi kind of like he's in a stationary position. He kind of does that little feint, he's stationary. There's a bit of a feint, and then he does, that cut down the line. So, that's very typical of Messi. So, sometimes, he'll just immediately go, especially it depends how the defender's position. So, so he's thinking maybe if the defender wants to, move in early, maybe if he goes towards this side, he might not cut down this way. He might go down to the side. So, in the later clips, you'll see the other variations and the different decision making Messi makes. Okay, so you'll see in this clip Messi kind of deciding what he wants to do as he gets approaches the next defender. So I'll play the clip. So what you see here when he gets past this defender here, he's kind of like it almost looks like he does like these stutter steps, but actually what I find is they're more of kind of like these transition moves or like almost like a feint. You see, uh, he's kind of in a position to go down here. His hips are kind of like square to the defender, and he could just go down to the side of this point. But you see the defender, he looks like he might be positioned to be prepared to take him down the line. So from experience and also analyzing Messi, quite some defenders that they don't want you to go to the line. Maybe you've beaten them once, or maybe they just they don't want you going attacking the space here, so they might be prepared to go down. So you see, kind of Messi, he skips, and then it's almost like a feint. Like so, you see that defender, you see that foot go towards over there. He's really prepared to take him down the line. So what he does is, he skip. I've mentioned him before. You can see in my other videos. He skips, and then does that feint and the shoulder drop there. Um, and then rather than go down the line, that's where he goes to the side and then beats the defender that way. This is a similar situation where Messi kind of does those similar stutter steps, but I don't really call them stutter steps anymore because I find he's just more just trying to size up the defender and see what he's doing, and then maybe throw in a feint or just cut. So let me play him. So you see, instead of feinting and going to that side, he actually just goes down the line. So here, takes a touch and then kind of like tries to see how the defender reacts, and just he could do the same thing and skip and then do a feint and go over there. But you see that defender, see that foot go over there. Messi's he's got really good close control. He at a relatively good pace. So he sees the defender react, he can instantly just decide, okay, he's gonna cut over there. So has his hips square, and then accelerates down the line with that leg, and then goes down the line like this. So at this point he sees the defender really wants him doesn't want him to cut inside, then he can go down the line. Now let's watch this clip. This is a situation where he actually kind of like is prepared to go this way, but he instantly fades, and he's close enough to the defender, or the defender reacts early enough. He doesn't need to, almost kind of stutter or skip, and then this kind of like decide and see what the defender wants to do. So let me play him. So you see as Messi approaches the defender, you see that inside boot. It's like kind of like angled like towards this way. It's behind the ball, so he could potentially go down, over here. So let's see what he does more closely. Okay, so you see over here, you see that defender, he's already prepared to go there. You see that he's really accelerating over that side. So Messi can actually just do a feint early. He doesn't have to, get in really close, stutter step, and see how he reacts. So that leg just extends, does that feint, and then he's off to the other side. Okay, let's see how Messi approaches this situation. So, obviously, again, one play is, of course, cutting down the line. And, depending on how the defender reacts, he could cut this way, but you see this other defender here. So, it is a bit risky to, feint and then cut inside because, he could be prepared to, like, get a foot in. So, let's see how Messi actually does La Coqueta or a variation of it. So let's see this. Okay, and he goes down the line. So here's a closer up angle. So let's see how he does this. See, as he comes in, you know, he sees the defender coming in, so you see that foot. And I mentioned before, there's that other defender to the side, so it's not ideal to really cut in because it's a bit riskier. The other defender could be prepared to put a foot in, so the angle's a little tight. So he's not just covering this angle. This defender is already prepared to get a foot in there. So to kind of avoid the angles, La Coqueta, or at least a variation of it, as you'll see, I'll explain in a bit, is more ideal. Okay, so watch how Messi's foot hits the ball. So a lot of times, with La Coqueta, you'll turn your toe in like this, and then go this way at a steeper angle. But Messi's already prepared to kind of go down the line. So you see, instead, kind of goes the other way and then pushes this way, so it's a bit more direct, but enough to the side, so just to avoid this defender altogether. Okay, this is another situation of the defender being really aggressive. So this is of course Messi's famous nutmeg against James Milner. So you see Messi, you see how he is prepared to maybe go down the line, and but you see Milner's being really aggressive, and he's also trying to cut this angle as well as down the line and maybe get his body in. So he puts his foot in there, and then also prepares to bring his foot there in case he goes down the line like this. But when you have such good close control, once you get a hang of it, I find it's not that hard. You just react to the situation. So, and you might not. I don't even have to explain this because generally they won't do this to you unless you're a really good dribbler and they want to cut down the lines early. So, as soon as you open their legs, just poking it through their legs is very straightforward. Generally, they don't do this unless they really are intent to not letting you beat them either way. Okay, here's an example of Messi doing an inside cut, but it's like a Cruyff turn variant. So let me play this. So I find when you do the same move, as the inside cut, as I mentioned before, hip square, using this leg to accelerate down the line. But you swing that leg back, it really adds a good effect. So say you think you maybe can beat them, but you just want more space. So you just throw that in, especially when you're closer to the box, and that can just help you, just give you a bit more space to put a decent cross in, or even dribble further in. And lastly, this is of course just the staple move, or I guess the base move of the inside cut. So Messi receives it and he just goes straight ahead, since the defender isn't jockeying really hard or trying to read what he's doing. So he can just quickly just go down the line, since he sees the defender isn't too marked onto Messi. So as the ball goes towards Messi, he takes a touch with the right foot, and then actually you just see the defender go over to the side early, so Messi can just quickly cut this way. So goes in this way. Now typically Messi will reach out for it and extend his foot, but depends on the situation. He sees the defender going for it, so he wants to get there first. But again, look at the other videos. A lot of times he won't reach out. He'll just kind of keep his hips square, have this leg turned out this angled this way with the right foot pointed down the line, and have this left foot kind of in line with the ball already. So he's not swinging out like this. But if you keep this basic principles in mind, break a few rules depending on the situation. So there it is. So this is just basically his inside cuts and the variants and the situations arising from that. So this again comes from analyzing Messi, and also trying to copy Messi, especially the inside cuts, and seeing how firsthand experience how defenders react. So hope that helped.